Here with us now, Republican Congressman from California and Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Representative Ed Royce. Good to have you back.
Mr. Chairman, good to have you here. John Boehner yesterday talking about the possibility of boots on the ground. A plurality of Americans saying they would support boots on the ground in the latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. Is that the direction we're moving?
You know, I think it would be far better if the boots on the ground were Kurdish boots and Arab boots. And I think, you know, from the standpoint of the members I talked to on the Foreign Affairs Committee, what we want to see is the armaments get into the hands of the Kurds, which has not happened yet.
Why not?
Because the insistence on the part of the administration is to move this through Baghdad. And Baghdad is not going to allow those anti-tank missiles or the artillery, long-range mortars that have been requested by the Kurds to be given to them, and yet that's the only effective fighting force that we've seen. And the Syrian Kurds also could put up that fight.
So they could. That's what the hope is. How long is it going to take to get them ready?
I think what we're going to have to do is circumvent the process and run legislation separately through my committee to arm the Kurdish fighters. That is what is going to happen.
Does that mean Turkey drops out of the coalition? I mean, they just got in the coalition.
Will Turkey ever really be in the...
Turkey, can I just say, the Turks have been clowns over the past several months. It's disgraceful.
What we can expect of the Turks at best is that they close that border.
Yeah.
And that is something that's in their interest now and in our interest. So let's keep the pressure there. But let's not let that tie us up in terms of having the foreign force or the indigenous force on the ground.
If American boots on the ground are required to help the Kurds, do you see a will in Congress to do that?
I see a blowback. I see a problem. I think if you had, we've got CIA trainers right now working with different militaries in that region, but to put large-scale U.S. contingents, to put the 82nd Airport on the ground, I think that would be a profound error in judgment on the part of the United States.
Willie?
So, Congressman, you say you hope there are no American ground troops, but do you share the skepticism of many foreign policy experts who say the ground troops you're hoping will do the job simply are not up to the task, not capable and perhaps not willing, whether you're talking about the Free Syrian Army or others?
If we do not give the weapons to the Kurds that they need, and I talked recently with the foreign minister about this, it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to roll back this 35,000-man force. But with the 190,000 that the Kurds have, to say nothing of the Syrian Kurdish forces that could be armed and other Arab forces, to me it's something of a no-brainer here. Why not get the weapons into their hands and allow them to defend themselves? After all, they're fighting ISIS right now on the front line. That seems to me to be the best policy.
Mr. Chairman, how do you see the air campaign going? Do you feel like it's been successful so far?
It's certainly not robust. I mean, you've had a couple hundred airstrikes.
We were joking beforehand, if you call one of those airstrikes bombing one tank, not exactly...
well, it's usually two pickups, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so it's usually a couple of pickup trucks. What we saw in the first Gulf War was with the invasion of Kuwait, if you recall, when airstrikes attempted to push that back, it was 116,000 strikes, 42 divisions eviscerated. This is not that kind of an effort. This is pinprick. So what we really need also, if you follow, the Kurdish request for the close air support for their troops on the ground, we haven't done enough of that either on the Syrian side or the Iraqi side with the Kurdish forces that are struggling. So again, I think you need a more robust effort there.
Congressman Ed Royce, thank you so much.
Thank you.